From a charismatic pro bender to an invaluable member of Team Avatar, Bolin helped Korra and his friends save the world time and time again. Now let's deep dive into his journey and explore how Bolin's skills evolved to make him one of the most powerful and unique earthbenders ever. First, let's go back to his humble beginnings in Republic City. Bolin was born to an Earth Kingdom father and a Fire Nation mother 2 years after his brother Mako. As the boys grew, they discovered they inherited separate bending abilities. While bending doesn't always pass from parent to child, Mako was a firebender, likely taking after his mother's lineage, and Bolin turned out to be an earthbender, probably inheriting from his father's side. Sadly, after an attack from a mugger, Bolin and Mako's parents were killed, leaving the two brothers orphaned on the streets of Republic City. Taking on a parental role, Mako helped Bolin to survive by accepting work with local gangs and running small-time scams to feed themselves.
Hey, come back here! Don't worry, I'll catch him! Give it back, you dirty thief! Hey, I stole that fair and square!
The trick that helped them pull off their schemes was often Bolin's growing earthbending skills pitted against Mako's firebending.
Bread tastes so much better than what we ate yesterday.
We didn't eat yesterday.
After learning a pet store was planning to use arguably the cutest fire ferret ever as a snake's dinner, Bolin had to intervene. That night, Bolin used a little covert earthbending to break in and free the fire ferret. But unfortunately, he didn't take into account how big the snake would be. Mako, however, was close by to save his brother, and after some convincing, their family gained a tiny new member, and Pabu the fire ferret got his name. Soon, the brothers also found themselves in a scrape at the pro bending arena. When they were cornered by 3 full-grown gangsters, the boys defended themselves by combining each of their abilities to create fiery earth blasts. We even get to see Bolin unlock the skill to create defensive earth shields just before his favorite pro bender Toza decided to step in and turn the fight in their favor. When the dust settled, Toza gave back his bribe, and impressed by Mako and Bolin's talent, he offered them a home in the arena to train to become pro benders. For the first time since losing their parents, Mako and Bolin had a roof over their heads, and their careers as pro benders had begun. Over the next few years, the two brothers formed a pro bending team called the Fire Ferrets, competing in Republic City's official pro bending league. When Bolin was 16, he met Avatar Korra and immediately befriended her, showing the newbie the ropes of pro bending, and in particular, his atypical light-on-his-feet earthbending technique.
In a real match, you'd be a sitting turtle duck. Not so upright and flat-footed. Stay light on your toes, right up until the moment when you need to dig in and strike. Then, pop!
Okay, let me try it again.
After Korra joined the Fire Ferrets, the team pulled out a win in their first match and seemed to have a real chance in the tournament. Bolin, in an effort to pay their expensive entrance fee, naively took a job with his old gang. Turning out to be a ruse to provide the Equalist Amon prisoners, the young earthbender nearly had his bending removed. Fortunately, Korra and Mako showed up just in time, causing a distraction to save Bolin. His pro bending training had certainly made Bolin a better fighter, but the Equalist's electrified weapons were too much for him to defend against. Thankfully, Korra and Naga were close by to help Bolin and Mako escape. While the threat of the Equalist's revolution loomed in the background, Bolin continued to prove himself in the pro bending arena. He may not have been the leader his brother Mako was, but Bolin nevertheless showed off his high durability, being able to take a crippling hit to the shoulder and keep on playing.
And Bolin takes a zinger to the shoulder. Looks like it's a clean hit.
Oh! Bolin!
Mako in the drink and out of the match. And Bolin keeps playing with one good arm. I gotta hand it to him, this kid's got grit.
In addition to his bending skills, Bolin's physical strength alone is impressive. In spite of having only a few years under his belt, Bolin is still able to grapple with the most experienced pro benders and come out on top.
Bolin strikes from midair, knocking Chang to the edge of the circle. Another strike from Bolin, and Chang's in the drink.
The Future Industries Fire Ferrets win their quarterfinal match.
Later, when the Equalists attacked the pro bending arena, Team Avatar was taken completely by surprise. If not for Bolin's uncanny ability to communicate with Pabu, he and his friends might have been goners.
Stop fooling around. I'm not. I'm trying to save us.
Afraid.
See? Pabu's not just a one-trick poodle pony.
As the Equalists' revolution ramped up, the young Earthbenders' challenges were growing well beyond the pro-bending playbook. Together with Korra, Asami, and Mako, Bolin helped Team Avatar through high-speed chases, intense mech battles, and prison breaks. It wasn't long, though, before there were air raid bombings and a full-on Equalist assault in Republic City. The team was then forced to split up, and Bolin accompanied General Iroh and Asami to stop a fleet of her father's biplanes. While their initial attempt was cut short, with the help of the polar bear dog Naga, Bolin got free and demonstrated some incredible earthbending, destroying the runways before most of the biplanes could take off. Boldly riding Naga into battle, Bolin then helped Asami to capture her father, and soon thereafter, Amon and the Equalists were defeated. With the anti-bending revolution over in Republic City, Bolin became the captain of the Fire Ferrets after Mako and Korra left the team.
Oh, the Fire Ferrets go down in the water and right into the record books for the fastest knockout in pro-bending history.
And the new ferrets were so bad, Bolin decided on an early retirement, giving him the time to accompany Team Avatar to the Southern Water Tribe to attend the Glacier Spirits Festival. Using his natural charisma, Bolin helped Asami save her company by striking a deal with the genius industrialist Varric. In their own quirky way, the two immediately hit it off.
I like you, kid. You're a real straight shooter, just like me. Miss Sato, he's with you? Mm-hmm. Brought your tiger shark with you to do business, huh? Now that's moxie!
Not long after, Bolin also tried to charm the daughter of the Northern Water Tribe chief Eska, but soon found himself in over his head with her domineering behavior. While Bolin initially stuck around to fight off wild spirits with Team Avatar, the rising tensions in the south and Eska's insistence they get married forced him into an elaborate escape with Varric. Bolin's willingness to be a team player also helped them to slip by the guards, even if they had to use a contingency plan.
That platypus bear is pooping money!
Back in Republic City with the rest of Team Avatar preoccupied, Bolin teamed up with Varric again and was cast to play Nuktuk, the male lead in a propaganda mover which would hopefully sway public opinion to help the South Pole.
When Unalaq starts trouble, help punch him in the mouth. He's Nuktuk, the hero of the South!
With Bolin's undeniable performance and showmanship on display, Nuktuk was a hit, and Bolin earned himself fame and fortune. On the night of a big gala premiere, Bolin noticed some suspicious activity and quickly intervened in the kidnapping of the president. Transforming into a real-life version of his on-screen persona, Bolin ended up fighting the waterbending kidnappers in front of a massive cheering crowd. Unlike what we might think from a typical actor, Bolin's experience in battle helped him to recognize an actual threat and stylishly take out every foe.
This is unbelievable! Bolin is bending 2 full stacks of Earth discs at once, which would normally be illegal. But then again, he's fighting 3 waterbenders, so all rules are out the window!
While the kidnapping turned out to be part of Varric's grand plan, Bolin soon found himself back in the South Pole taking on the Northern Water Tribe military. Strapped to a plane and showing off some serious development in his skills, Bolin bent dozens of bombs at the enemy defenses with pinpoint accuracy.
I wish Varric was filming this! We could call it Nuktuk! Sky Warrior!
Later, as Team Avatar fought Unalaq, Bolin's growing ability to sway opinions helped him persuade Eska to join their side. Honing his skill as a pro-bender and mover actor, Bolin realized being honest was the best move.
Wow, that was the best acting I've ever seen. You completely fooled her.
Yeah, right, that was acting.
Eventually, Unalaq was defeated, and while it didn't work out with Eska, Bolin certainly gained some emotional maturity to help him on his journey.
You will always hold a special place in the organ that pumps my blood. I will remember you fondly, my turtle duck.
With the end of the Dark Avatar and Bolin's apartment in ruins from the destruction, he started to live on Air Temple Island with Korra and Tenzin. While there, he learned firsthand of the emergence of new airbenders due to the harmonic convergence. Team Avatar then set out to the Earth Kingdom, and Bolin joined in, displaying his charisma along with an incredible fake mustache during an impromptu live show to recruit new airbenders. Bolin's ability to sway a crowd proved successful again when the young airbender Kai joined their team.
Hey, hello! If you're looking for airbenders, you just found one. I want to join you guys.
Get out of town!
When the team journeyed to Ba Sing Se, Bolin and Mako finally reunited with their extended family, where they also learned the Earth Queen was imprisoning airbenders. Upon discovering their location and freeing the airbenders from the Dai Li, we got to see Bolin's increasing ability to unlock new techniques under duress. Once they made it outside, Bolin displayed an Earth launch rivaling the force of an earthbending master like Toph.
Everybody, hang on!
Team Avatar soon made their way to Zaofu, the home of the Metal Clan, where Bolin met his future girlfriend Opal and used the opportunity to try to learn how to metal bend. Statistically, only about 1 in 100 earthbenders can metal bend, and unfortunately, no matter how hard he tried, Bolin couldn't figure it out.
Nope. Okay, maybe if trial by fire. It's the best way to learn metal bending.
Oh, nice shot, Bolin. But I thought you were supposed to be practicing metal bending, not earth bending.
It wasn't long, however, before Bolin witnessed an even more rare skill at the hands of the Red Lotus member Ghazan. Ghazan possessed the ability to phase change Earth into liquid magma, allowing him to lava bend and cause immense destruction in battle. In their early fights, Bolin could barely defend himself against Ghazan. However, later on, when under extreme duress again, things changed when he was stuck between a rock and a hot place.
Incredible.
Bolin discovered he was a lava bender, and during his final fight with Ghazan, the two were an even match, dodging and redirecting every attack they threw at each other. Once Ghazan and the Red Lotus members were defeated, Korra needed intense rehabilitation, and Bolin drifted from Team Avatar in the years that followed. The young Earthbender ended up joining Kuvira and her army as she attempted to unite the Earth Kingdom. In classic Bolin fashion, he was slow to realize that Kuvira wanted to become a dictator, causing tension between Opal and his brother Mako. It wasn't long, however, before Kuvira began to question Bolin's loyalty, and she threatened to send him to a re-education camp. Despite quickly reaffirming his belief in Kuvira, Bolin found Varric afterwards, and upon agreeing she couldn't be trusted, the two made plans to desert her army. Varric ended up devising a scheme with a Spirit Vine-powered bomb. Unfortunately, Varric didn't actually plan for them to escape the explosion, so Bolin acted fast and earthbent the two free by tunneling under the train tracks.
Yes, you did it, Bolin! You did the thing! Mwah!
Bolin and Varric then began their journey to Republic City to warn the world about Kuvira, but they soon found themselves caught up with a band of Earth Empire prisoners. While Bolin's attacks were relentless, it wasn't until Varric created a makeshift device to disable the mecha suits that the fight turned in their favor. Proving to be a selfless hero, we also got to see Bolin unleash his most devastating wave of lava yet as he saved the pinned-down Earth prisoners.
Thanks. You didn't have to come back.
Yeah, I kinda did. Let's go.
Once they returned to Republic City, Bolin warned the world leaders about Kuvira's plans and reconciled with Opal, agreeing to join on a secret mission to save her family. When Bolin met his girlfriend's legendary grandmother Toph, he was starstruck. He still managed to impress his metal-bending hero, however, when they broke her family out of Kuvira's prison.
I gotcha!
When Kuvira finally arrived in her skyscraper-sized mecha suit, Team Avatar was shocked to witness the United Forces battleships destroyed in seconds, and soon thereafter Kuvira aimed her sights directly at the factory they were all hiding in. Miraculously, everyone survived, and Bolin showed off how far his earthbending has come as he held up a massive wall of concrete long enough for his friends to get to safety.
Go ahead, take your time, just bending a giant wall! Man, we got a lot of people here! Is that everybody? Gah!
As Team Avatar did everything in their power to take the giant mecha down, we got to see more of Bolin's growth as he melted almost a half-city block with lava. And later, with the combined earthbending of Lin and Su Yin, the trio approached Avatar levels of strength as they chucked an entire building at Kuvira. After Hiroshi Sato's sacrifice, Team Avatar was finally able to get inside Kuvira's mecha suit, and Bolin and Mako went straight to the power core to disable it. As the mecha suit had no earth material that Bolin could bend, we got to see him unlock another aspect of his bending as he brings along a few rocks and phase changes them into spinning discs of lava.
I'm ready! Be with you in 1 second! Kinda busy!
When their attempts to shut down the mecha suit failed, Mako sacrificed himself by electrocuting the power core, and although Bolin broke his promise to leave, he was able to save his brother just in time. Soon after, Kuvira was defeated, and as Team Avatar celebrated their victory, Bolin showed off his charisma once again, acting as the officiant in Varric and Julie's wedding.
You may now do the thing.
Oh!
With the end of Kuvira's invasion, Bolin took on another career change and decided to partner up with Mako as a detective on the Republic City Police Force. The duo then joined up with Korra and Asami when a gangster named Takuga was attacking the Spirit Portal. Mako was still injured from his attack on Kuvira's mecha suit, but Bolin quickly stepped into battle and using his now refined lava bending, easily disarmed the gangster. While Takuga got away, he had a brief encounter with a spirit that mutated his body and left him to swear vengeance upon Team Avatar. Later, after some police investigating and barely surviving an explosive trap, Bolin and Mako learned that Asami had been kidnapped by Takuga's gang. When they confronted Takuga with Korra, they finally saw the monster he had become and learned of his plan to release poison gas in an airship over Republic City. Korra successfully stopped Takuga and helped Asami pilot the airship into the spirit world, where Bolin and Mako followed to catch the gangster. Asami ended up safe and sound, but Takuga managed to escape into the spirit world, and we can only guess what evil schemes he might still be planning. As the city celebrated the election of Zhu Li as the new president, Mako marveled at his brother's improvement as a cop. But Bolin let him know that while he had fun, he was quitting the police force. Following Zhu Li being elected, Bolin found himself in another career, becoming her personal assistant. It wasn't long after, however, the new president discovered there was a rogue faction of the Earth Empire, and Zhu Li agreed to let Bolin rejoin Team Avatar to take on the threat. In an attempt to defuse the situation peacefully, Kuvira was released from prison and brought on the journey to try to talk down the rogue leader Guan. As might be expected, Kuvira immediately went too far and had to be restrained. This didn't do them any favors though when Korra left to find Toph and Guan's forces ambushed Bolin and the rest of Team Avatar. With no earth to bend, we got to see Bolin display some of his scrappy fighting ability, turning a chair into an improvised weapon. After losing the fight, the group was then taken to a re-education camp where they were collectively brainwashed with advanced tech into joining Guan's army. As the only metal bender, Kuvira was able to escape, and upon returning to Korra, they soon found themselves battling the mind-warped versions of Bolin, Mako, and Asami. Not wanting to seriously injure her friends, Korra walked away from the fight, but later that night, a determined and seemingly changed Kuvira stole a biplane and launched a one-woman mission to save her former enemies. After tricking her way inside the enemy base, Kuvira destroyed the brainwashing machines, and Korra arrived shortly to help fight off Bolin and Mako. Proving there was good in her, Kuvira stopped herself from killing Guan, and after she forced him to surrender, allowed herself to be arrested once more. When the fight was over, Bolin and his friends had their brainwashing reversed, and for the first time in a good while, there seemed to be a new age of peace in Republic City. Following this latest adventure, Bolin also showed a little more maturity, deciding to stick with his job as personal assistant to the president. At least until he's bored again. As far as what the future holds for Bolin, and the new abilities he's sure to develop along the way, that's all we know for now. From a scrappy street kid to a charismatic showman and arguably one of the most unique earthbenders of all time. Which of Bolin's skills do you think is the strongest? Comment below and keep watching for more of your favorite Avatar moments.